yellow plums about that big, and we had 18 pints come off of these trees in 3 different harvests. And so I took them to these young people, and they said, well, pick what you want, And so I picked some vegetables and stuff, whatever they thought was equitable. And so I got rid of my plums that had way too many, and they got plums to sell, and it worked out great. So that's perfect.
More than you can eat, because
yeah, we don't have to be totally self-sufficient, but we can be interdependent.
Because if you've got an orange tree or something, whatever kind of fruit tree you have, when it starts to bear, and if you get things that bear at different times of the season or whatever, it's going to be bearing more than you can actually consume yourself anyway.
It might just be too much.
Yeah, so if you can take some of those and go, hey, I've got some lemons and olives and apricots or whatever,
That's right.
Really cool.
Yes, sir.
Pat Boyer, along the food lines, I was talking to a friend of mine up in central Illinois that's a farmer. They may not have a corn crop or a bean crop this year. The fields are still underwater. And they're going to take, by law, a certain portion of that and put it into ethanol, if they do get any. And it's going to really be bad. You take all that corn and comes out of that area, and soybeans too.
Rice too. 10% of the rice comes from, we're going to lose 10% of the rice this year.
Yeah, you can watch the commodities markets and see what they know, and they give you a heads up.
We're going to ship ours overseas and let them send on the start here.
Yeah, we're giving away free.
Yes, sir.
Ready, I got more good news.
They're going to send it to China.
This last month in Corn Belt, and the season came where, all right, it's warm enough, it's time to plant corn. And it got cold. The corn didn't germinate or whatever it does, it started to grow and just rotted in the ground. They got to replant again, then it went cold again. They might not get a corn crop in the Corn Belt this year.
Corn places.
And the place that didn't flood it.
Bob, I thought you said that was good news.
Eugene Honeycutt. Something I would like to mention that we did not touch on, and that's if you take medication, try to get at least a 6-month supply of medication. And I realize a lot of people are military and maybe they don't have a problem, but we're not. And our problem is that we can't fill anything more than 3 months at a time.
Right.
But what I've done is when I get the prescription, I make a copy of it. Then the prescription goes to Sam's where we get our medications. And I buy medications for much less money in Canada. I can fax him my copy and get the 3 months that he can have here. I can get another 3 months from Canada.
That's a very good idea.
Cost. But in some cases where I buy from Canada, it's his copay is like $1 or $2 more than what I can buy it for in Canada. Because Canada has a lot of generics that we don't have generics for.
Right. That's a very good idea.
Another thing I'd like to mention is to be sure that you have medical supplies, Band-Aids, gauze, pads, etc., etc., etc. Lots of peroxide and alcohol. Be sure you have strong drinks of alcohol. I didn't realize that there's 60, 70, and 80% rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, hydrogen peroxide is very, very useful. Another thing that I didn't mention here today was if you have some sort of a nuclear event, you have to go out. What do you do? Well, there are different little rain suits. You can wear little booties. You can wear, plastic gloves, surgical gloves in your hand. And there's a certain type of mask, and I'll have to get back with you on that. But it fits right on your face, and it has a clear spot, and it covers your face, and it filters out just about everything. It's wonderful. And then you, of course, you wear something on your head, and then you doff all your clothing, and then you shower before you don't bring any of that clothing inside for at least 48 hours. Yes, sir.
On weather, in the north part of the county at least, and especially if during hurricanes, we do have tornadoes up there.
Right.
And I bought recently a concrete box, 8 feet wide, 12 feet long, and 7 feet 2 inches tall, with a steel door with 3 latches on it. And they're made in Macon, Mississippi, and they trucked it down here and set it in the yard for me. And if you're not familiar, if you don't run your weather radio because it runs you crazy all the time, the New Midlands you can set for Okaloosa County.
Really?
And so it only alarms if Okaloosa County has a warning. So you don't have to deal with 40 alarms at night when you're trying to sleep, and it's a warning in Alabama somewhere. So this New Midlands Walmart, about $29 to $39.
And you can take that with you wherever you go.
Yeah, it's portable.
Yeah, program.
You program
Whatever.
for whatever area you're in, for the county or whatever area.
That's a
the county.
great multi-use.
And it saves a lot of getting up at night during. In fact, we've only been in the concrete box one time. It announced that there was a tornado 7 miles west of Baker. And we grabbed the dogs and dived into it, but it's sure nice to know it's out there.
What was the expense involved?
I think it cost $3,200 plus whatever it cost to ship it to bring it down here.
And how would you want to find out about it?
Yeah, I'll try to bring it next time. It's like I said, it's in Macon, Mississippi, and Macon's not very big. So. And I saw it just driving by.